This is Sports Matters with Jerry Coughlan.
It's so retro.
We cover all the biggest sports on the planet. MMA, boxing, snooker, football, darts, you name it, and we cover it.
Okay, so welcome to Sports Matters with me, Jerry Coughlan. I'm at SBG Dublin, and look who I'm with, the main man, Artem Lobov. How's things with you, my friend?
Very good, thanks for having me, boys.
Anytime. Now, UFC 202, that win, we know how much it meant to you. Tell us, how did the fight prep go for that fight in general? You worked very hard for that win.
Yeah, the prep was unbelievable, you know, it was so good to be able to go out there, you know, 7 or 8 weeks before the fight and put the work in, you know, all thanks to Conor, of course. It was a must win, you know, my reputation was on the line, so it was great to finally get that win.
Good stuff. And going back to the early days, what got you in started? Like, have you always enjoyed fighting, or is it just one of them things, you know, just came about easy?
I always enjoyed fighting, and I always wanted to do this. You know, I wanted to try martial arts anyway, but my mom would never allow me. You know, she always said I'd get my nose broken, and she would never let me do it. So when I was 21 years old, I was in college studying in DCU, and I was just walking past the poster, and I saw it said, "Do you want to learn self-defense?" And there was a picture of two guys that were covered in blood, and you know, they were fighting, and I thought I'll give it a try, and the rest of this is history.
It's history. Your training is always here. Like, for you, what's the most important factors of MMA, do you think? Because there's so many features, like you've got kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. For you, what stands out the most? Because like, you're a brawler, you love to ground and pound, and you love to just beat the living crap out of people, which you're good at doing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is what I like to do. I like to feel like I'm in a real fight. You know, I like to, you know, get hit and, you know, give a few as well. But, you know, in order to be able to do that successfully, you obviously have to cover all fronts. You have to be able to grapple, you have to be able to wrestle. You know, you have to do it all. At this day and age, there is no more one-dimensional fighters. Everyone is pretty good at everything.
Good stuff. Did you enjoy Ultimate Fighter? Because we watched it back when, like, in Ireland, and I was in Spain for a while, and they actually had it on in Spain. So what was it like to be part of that?
Yeah, I loved it. I think it's a great show. To be honest, that house is like my dream life. You know, you train, you sleep, you eat, and then you fight every week. In 6 weeks, I think I had 4 fights, and this is exactly something that I'd love to do. If I could live in that house for the rest of my life, I'd definitely do it.
It was an awesome house, good banter with the lads, and a lot of nice guys. Of course, you made friends.
Absolutely, all the guys were pretty sound. You know, even the guys in the American team, and of course the European guys were really cool. You know, we all had a great laugh, and you know, we had a good time. I think everyone enjoyed that house.
So what was it like to be coached by your pal Conor McGregor? Because Conor, you know, the way he was bantering with you, right? He was kind of, you know, messing about. What was it like to have him, of course, with you and working here with you?
It was very good. You know, it was great to have my own team there. Obviously, you know, it's not something that people get to experience on that show very often. So that obviously made things a lot easier for me. And as a result, I was pretty successful in the house.
You fought a lot of great fights, but if you could pick one guy you fought, and I know it's probably hard, who would be the toughest you fought to date?
It's very hard to say, honestly. Like, I mean, you know, I've never padded my record, you know, and I hate anyone that does so. I always look for the hardest of fights that not only had the hardest opponents, but also had very hard. They were also done in a very hard environment in terms of I was on their term soil. You know, in some of my fights, the referee in the fight was the guy's coach. In another fight, the head commission guy was my guy's coach. In another fight, the 2 best friends were judging the fight. Another fight, the promoter was the best friend with the guy that I'm fighting. You know, so I had everything stuck against me. On top of it being the best guy in that area, you know, in a very hard fight, and most of the time on a very short notice. But I promise you, I didn't even blink. All I said is, where's the ring?
I like it. You fought pretty much a lot of places in Ireland, but what's it like to fight in the MGM Grand? It must be overwhelming to know all the hard work's paid off.
Absolutely, the MGM Grand was very good, but the last fight was at the new arena, the T-Mobile Arena, and that was unbelievable. I was there for UFC 200, so I kind of got to see it, got to experience it, and I knew what I was looking forward to. It was great.
Is there a big difference? Because look, I'm kind of the old school, I'd always say MGM, but is there a big difference? Can you notice the difference in the arena?
Yeah, well, the new arena is a lot more modern, obviously. It's new, like the MGM has a lot of history, but so does the T-Mobile already, Conor's fight is going to be, it's historic, and it's going to be something that people will talk about for many, many years.
Definitely. We talked about the Irish cards, UFC coming to Ireland. I know how much you want that. What would it mean to you to get on that card?
Oh, absolutely. It would feel amazing, to be on the UFC in Belfast. I've got to experience the Irish crowd many times. It's unbelievable, but never on that scale on home soil. So, it would mean everything, to be honest, to fight on Belfast.
Good stuff. Now, for all the younger lads in the gym, because it's taken over the world, MMA, everyone's enjoying it, all the younger kids are joining. What advice can you give them? Obviously work hard, but what else can you recommend to them?
Just remember, this is not a sprint, this is a marathon. Just keep going, don't give up, make sure you challenge yourself. This is how evolution works. If everything is comfortable and you're not under any pressure, you're not going to evolve. In order to evolve, there needs to be a threat. So this is how you get better.
Wise words. And where can you see yourself in 12 months? Because the last one at 202 put you on a map big time. You've always been on that map. We know how much that fight meant to you. Where do you hope to be in 12 months?
Yeah, I hope to have many UFC wins and many UFC knockout bonuses in my pocket. That's where I hope to be.
Artem, honour as always, my friend. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, man.
Thanks a million, guys.
Check out all the latest interviews with Jerry and the Stairs weekly on Sports Matters.